Hi everybody. So, kind of been wanting to make this video for a while. Just kind of been waiting for the perfect time to make it though. I needed to just feel right about making it. I wasn't quite sure how I was going to express myself either. I've always shared very personally with you guys, and I've been going through a lot, and most of it, even as personal and as deeply as I share with you, I still have kept so much of what I've been going through and what I go through on a daily basis very private. And, I have mentioned that, I'm being moved to kind of change some things on my channel. And, it's part of my growing. I feel like I'm constantly going to be growing. And as long as I'm growing, my perspective is going to constantly change as well. Hopefully, if I'm like growing, But, for a while I've gotten to be a part of a women's group, and we all kind of share in the same, like, we've all come from traumatic backgrounds. And, part of my spiritual journey that I've been on, it's brought this enormous amount of healing to my heart. It's part of it is what's given me the courage to actually start listening to what my heart actually has to say, and I've been fearless, in my actions toward it. No, not fearless, because I've been courageous, because I've definitely had fear in the changing of my job. This is my job. This is the only thing that I do for I don't have any other job. You guys, um, I'm so grateful to you, um, but I know that this is my calling. I'm supposed to have this channel. I'm supposed to share my experience, strength, and hope. And it's not just about the cards. It's not just about the twin flame journey. Um, I've experienced a lot in my life, as many have. And I always say, I feel that we go through things in order to grow and heal from them, so that we can help others to grow and heal through things, give them the hope that they too can grow and heal from those same experience, So the more healing I've done, and I'm talking like years of healing, because for me, my spiritual journey initially began when I quit drinking and doing drugs um, in 2001. Okay, so I've been sober now for 19 years, and I came into a deeper sense of my spiritual awakening about 6-7 years ago, and this came after a series of another traumatic events. I lost 6 people. I lost 5 in 19 months, and then about 2 years later, I lost the man that I was in love with. And so anyway, I say that these like profound spiritual awakenings can happen um, after a series of traumatic events, or after some serious life um, changing event. Anyway, so doing the work. I've continued to do the work. I keep going inward, and um, I hadn't even scratched the surface of what where even my spiritual journey has taken me now, because this twin flame journey, these deep soulmate connections, um, they trigger, the flaws within. They've triggered the flaws within me so that I could look at them and see, how can I change my behavior? Okay, that's the way that I've chosen to respond to it anyway. So, where is this coming from? Let me look deeper into this, and I continue to, read books, and I watch videos, and I'm constantly searching. I have very close connection with my higher power. I do a lot of meditation. Um, but I have other resources. I have other women. I have a support network, and recently it's gotten so deep, and probably like I'm talking like within this last year, um, I finally like hit this level where I can like I've really been, um, and it's been triggered from my twin flame journey, my soulmate connection. This is why I feel it's so important to use these tarot cards, because I know what they've done for me. They've carried me through my spiritual path. They don't always tell me what I want to hear. They just tell me the truth and things that I need to see. Or it's like I see something and it's my choice to decide like whether or not I want to allow this to continue to go down this path, or I can see what it is and try to take action to make things better for me, within me, and so, I've shared with you guys that, I've been, um, you know, I've been raped, and I've been gang raped, and I've been in these very, just very toxic, connections with other people, and I'm not just limiting this to my connections with men. This is like people within, as friends, people whom I've worked with or for, just general people that I've been in contact with. Um, I've experienced a lot of trauma, and I don't say that for you to like feel sorry for me. I say that because, you know, I want to help. I want to be the living proof that you can move through anything. Like, you do not have to be limited by what you have been, like, from whatever your past was, whatever has happened, whatever has held you down, wherever you've been stuck. For me, my spiritual journey, and especially this twin flame journey, it has been the biggest trigger, towards, or just the biggest release, or way for me to release these barriers that I've had around my heart towards loving, because the whole reason that, what I found for me, my experience has been the whole reason that my heart has all these barriers on it to begin with. It stems all the way back to childhood and even further back than that. But that's you know, a story for another time. Okay. Um, I believe, like, towards my galactic heritage and all that stuff. Okay. Ancestors. And it's just, it goes really deep. Okay. But just generally speaking, and just within this lifetime, there's so many things that started as a child. Okay. And, what I heard and how I responded. And then, just to see that those relationships that I first had as a child, is where I had this like learned behavior, and what I've continued to bring into my life most of my life until I got an awareness, um, were exactly like those relationships I experienced as a child. Okay, my first bonding relationships. Um, for me, my spiritual awakening has been about waking to my truth, awakening to my voice, to really learn how to stand in my own power, to own who I am as Lisa, regardless of how I look, like I don't really like my hair right now, but you know what? It's like it is what it is. And it doesn't mean that I'm any less of a person. There was a time in my life where I would have just been like devastated to have to be seen like this. I wouldn't want anybody to even look at me, or even to be, although I'm like losing weight, like to not be able to um, look perfect in a string bikini. Like I would like just um, punish myself by not even like ever wearing a bikini or going to the beach where I love to be at the beach. Today I'm not trapped by these insecurities within me, and it's been through um, a lot of the the pain I've experienced along the way in my twin flame journey. Um, you know, we've all been with, well, I don't know if everybody's been cheated on or, just been in relationships. I know for me, my relationships with the opposite sex, I've always like gravitated to these men who haven't really seen me for who and what I am. But I've also allowed this behavior, okay? And until I understood why I was allowing it and that I was responsible for it, it's like I couldn't change that behavior. Like I had to become aware of what was actually going on in order for me to be able to change things. Um, so, I belong to a couple of support groups. I have a couple of like really strong women around me, and I am part of this women's group that um, we've all been victims of some sort of, they call us victims, but it's like you're not really a victim when you make it through to the other side. It's like when you find your power again. And I know that being around these other women and hearing their stories and hearing the things that they've gone through, it's been very healing for me and for um, the past, like for all the times that I didn't say no, or all the times that I didn't report things that happened to me, for like all the times that I just allowed myself to be silenced. There's been this huge healing that has come in for me just because I hear women um, talk. Like there was a woman that was sharing, and she was sharing about how she was dragged by the car. Someone like grabbed onto her arm and like kept on driving, and you know and I did that, happened to me too. I never told anybody, but when I heard her say it, like it was like I was like, oh my god, like I was like, I can't, like that's like devastating. But it's like I also at the same time understood that I myself had been in that kind of experience, and I didn't even allow myself any kind of like I never acknowledged it even as. And I remember like the person ended up like punching me and breaking my rib, like where he punched me, like he knew what he was doing. I knew that I wasn't the first person that he had did that to, and I went to the hospital and they knew that my ribs were broken, and they knew that it was like some sort of domestic violence. And I just completely pretended to be like, I don't even know what you're talking about. And but when I hear other women share their stories and share the things that the same experiences that I have like kept silence about for so long, like it has brought in so much healing for me, because the people that I have surrounded myself in my life. And I'm talking about people that most people grow, like, you grow up and you should be able to come to your family, you know, for example, but not everybody can, you know. And for me, I know that my experience has been that most of the time when horrible, tragic things have happened to me, I've been silenced or it's been overlooked and or just like discarded as nothing. So I stopped talking about it, you know. And I never really knew just how deeply that that had an effect on how I responded to life. And um, you know, for me, I had to get sober and I had to stop using drugs. That was the first step for me to even begin to clear, um, just to even be able to embrace reality, you know. And it's been a very long walk out of the woods, you know. Um, I'm not feeling moved to do the twin flame readings, like how separate, you know. The last couple ones I've been doing have been about, you know, more about us like merged in the balancing of our own divine masculine, divine feminine, because I really feel like there's this healing going on, where it's needed, you know, it's required. Um, this has also like pushed up all these emotions because I'm done with um, any kind of excuse, any kind of block, like whatever it is, like I want to face it. I'm charging forward, I'm facing it, I'm speaking about it, I'm being extremely vulnerable amongst other women who are being extremely vulnerable with me, you know. Hearing their stories brings me so much healing because um, for so long I just never even, and it's not like I have to dish out every detail or anything. It's literally, it's like I don't feel like it's anything I'm going to spend years and years um, busting through, but it's just this acknowledgement, the acknowledgement that, you know what, um, that was shitty, you know, like that was shitty. Just to have somebody else say, like, you know what, Lisa, like that was shitty, you know, and you didn't deserve that. And, you know, I consider myself to be a very strong woman and independent. And, you know, my sexual behavior has been my biggest issue, you know, um, learning to respect myself. You know, I had um, so many things like just off balance in my life for so long, but it's like, um, you know, I come from a place where, you know, I was sexually abused as a child, you know, by more than one person. And then I just like, it just kept on happening. It was just like this repeated thing. I mean, um, I've been like raped and gang raped twice and raped like 6 or 7 times. And I just kind of, I never thought that, like, I just was always like, I just like put it to the side, you know? And, um, you know, with everything that's gone down within my connection that I've experienced over the last couple of years, it's like, it's made me tap into my self-worth on such a, oh my God, this level that's like I feel like I've been fighting for my life. Like I refuse to be kept down anymore. Like, it's like I want to be happy, and I am happy. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for every awful stinking thing that's happened to me. I'm so grateful for every betrayal that's happened in my life, um, because every heartache, I've grown and learned from it, and I'm healing. Like, it's bringing about an empowerment within me that I never felt in my life. Like, it's not even that. It's like I always knew it was inside of me, but I had, like, I guess, this feeling that if I acted that way, if I acted as confidently as I knew that I was inside, that other people would, it would bother other people. And um, this channel has helped me just, like, bust out of that completely. Like, I don't really care anymore. Okay. Um, it's I just want to be happy. I have the responsibility, to make myself happy and do whatever it takes to make myself happy, because I am um, my children's example of how to react to life, like how to respond to life. And I take that very serious. And I'm not to say that I've been this perfect parent, but I do pride myself on, um, being honest with them and speaking truthfully. We have a very close relationship, and my kids can come and talk to me about anything. And I learned this, like, not from the way that I was raised. I learned this from the other women that have come into my life, whether it's, like, through therapy or through these, like, different groups that I go to, or like support groups or whatever, or just like friends I've made along the way. I've learned this also by trusting the wrong people. Um, anyway, I'm being moved to share more honestly about where I'm really coming from. And, you know, I'm still going to do the cards because I just feel like they're so important, like I'm not being moved to stop doing that, but um, I am being moved to really open up and share my truth, share my story, and just in a way to let you know that um, you don't have to stay small. Nobody has to stay small. And um, there is hope. Like, you can get through. It's safe for you to listen to your heart and break on through to the other side, like Jim Morrison says. It's I don't know. I'm here for you. We're all in this together, and I love you. And anyway, let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any questions, or let me know if there's anything that you want me to share about in specifics, or I'm just kind of rolling with it. I don't like to plan things out. I just trust, like, what I get. I wait until I feel like it's the right time for me to open up. I wait. That's the same way I do my cards. I'm not in it to I'm not trying to bust out a bunch of readings so that I don't care. I'm here to help. Like, I'm here to um yeah, like, be a light in the dark. Be like, I've been depressed. It's like I just want to be that living proof that you don't have to stay stuck. You don't have to stay small. But it starts with you. You have to believe that you can change your life, and you got to be willing to do the work. I'm still willing to do the work. I'm always going to be willing to do the work. And Anyway, I guess that's it. I love you guys. I hope that you have an amazing night. And yeah, let me know what you think. And I'll see you soon. Bye.